Hey guys, this is Ignite350 bringing you a team deathmatch gameplay on the map Zoo. In this gameplay, I was using, I believe, the Commando with dual mags. Excuse me. But in this video, I want to talk about how I kind of evolved, I guess you could say, to the Call of Duty series. In a previous video on Havana, I briefly touched about how I used to play and how I play now. But I'd like to tell some stories, kind of give some new guys, if there's people just buying the game, some help. Back when I first started, I put the game in, and I actually remember the map. I was on firing range playing Team Deathmatch, and that's that's all I used to play was Team Deathmatch, and I had no idea where I was going. I was just running around being crazy, getting killed a lot. My gun of choice at the time was the Olympia because for the most part it's a one-shot kill. And honestly, if you use a gun for long enough, I mean, the Olympia is not the easiest gun to use, and I learned that the hard way. But if you use a gun long enough, you actually get a lot better with it, and you wouldn't really notice it because it's gradual. But if you recorded a gameplay when you first started using a gun, and say it's a gun you never used before, it's a type of gun that you've never used before. If you're big into the assault rifles, then you use a shotgun. Or if you're big into SMGs, use a LMG. And you'll notice that if you record a gameplay when you first use it, you will continue trying to use your original playstyle of a run and gun, for example, with an SMG. And when you're using an LMG, you can't really do that with the weight, and you won't do all that great. But later, as you get used to the gun, get used to how it handles, you will be able to get higher kill streaks, overall do better in a game, enjoy the gun more. But some guns just aren't worth it. For me, the RPK or the HK21, I just can't use those guns. But anyways, I was using the Olympia when I first started, and it was on firing range. I was playing Team Deathmatch, and I thought the team I was playing were the gods of Call of Duty. It was that bad. I got 2 kills and 13 deaths in my very first game. It's like a .11 kill death, I think, something like that. But I couldn't do anything. I thought, holy cow, these guys are good. I don't know if I'm going to like this game. But I kept playing it. I grew up on Halo where it took a lot more bullets to kill you. And now that is one of my peeves about going back and playing Halo. But after that, my buddy got the game a little later, and he played every Call of Duty, I believe, except for World at War. I don't know if he played that much. I know he has it. But my equipment of choice when he first started playing was the Claymore. And I would always, honestly, when I first started, with how good people were, I picked up the M16 afterwards, and I would sit around and camp. I mean, that's kind of how I got kills, got my 3, 5, 7 kill streaks, maybe. I could get 3 fairly often, 5, occasionally 7, if I was lucky. But I would put a Claymore behind me, and occasionally get a kill from that. Sometimes they would have Flak Jagged run up behind me. My Claymore would blow up, and they wouldn't die, and I always thought, what the heck, how does that work? Because I didn't really know the perks. I mean, when I first started, before my buddy got the game, I used Ghost, Sleight of Hand, and Ninja. And actually I used Marathon when I first started, because I did not have a headset, so I didn't really care about any noise that I was making other than my weapon showing me on the radar. So I used Marathon. But my buddy, he got the game, and he was setting up classes once he was level 4. And he was like, oh, hey, I want to use the tactical insertion. I was like, okay, whatever. And he was getting a lot of kills with it, and I'm like, I might want to try that out. So I switched up my equipment, started using the tactical insertion, and started doing better. And then later down the road, he was like, hey, you should really get a Turtle Beach headset. And I figured, I don't know if I want to spend the money. And he was like, oh no, it helps so much. I've turned on so many people with it. So I bought it, and honestly, I only bought the X31s, I believe. Whichever, no, X11. Yeah, X11, the $60 headset. And it's been treating me really nice. It's actually what I use to record my audio for these gameplays. But honestly, it was definitely worth the $60. If you're big into not having wires, you can go for the expensive ones or the more expensive ones. But this one works just fine. It's comfortable. You can wear it for a while. As I figured out, I've played longer than I should have in a daily, or in a day. I've played multiple hours. But that's kind of what I had to do if I wanted to get better at the game. I had to log time, figure out how to play, figure out how other people play so I can react to what somebody else does. Nice double kill with the RPG right there. But anyways, I started using tactical insertions with him, and we would both spawn camp, and it wasn't the greatest idea. We each found tactical insertion spots, kind of shared them, found at least 2 to 3 per map, so if they found your insertion once, then you could move and place it somewhere else. But I actually have a funny story for another video about a tactical insertion incident that I had. Had to defend my tactical insertion as much as I could, and needless to say, somebody did not appreciate that. They ended up rage quitting, and it was a nice little laugh that I got out of it. Tried to RPG that guy from long range. But that is the end of the clip. I don't remember exactly what my final score was. I recorded this gameplay a while ago. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and talk to you later.